Why is it that over 200 years after his death, we're still talking about Napoleon Bonaparte? He's long gone from the battlefields of Europe, and yet his name keeps coming up in classrooms, in strategy books, in pop culture, in memes. So what is it about Napoleon that keeps him alive in our conversations, our media, and even our imagination? Let's take a closer look. First, there's the legend. Napoleon didn't just live a remarkable life. He shaped how we remember it. He was a master of image even before the age of public relations. The hat, the hand in coat pose, the white horse, all carefully cultivated symbols. And then there's the famous Napoleon was short myth. The truth? He was about average height for his time, but the image of a tiny man with massive ambition stuck. Not because it was true, but because it felt true to some. Every victory, every defeat became part of a narrative, one that's been retold, reinterpreted, and reimagined by admirers and critics alike. In many ways, Napoleon became more than a man. He became a story, but Napoleon's influence goes beyond history books. Ever heard of the Napoleon complex? That's the idea that someone compensates for perceived weakness, usually height, with aggression or ambition. Fair or not, it's a term that exists because of him. We use Napoleon's name when we talk about leadership, power, risk-taking, even ego. He's become a shorthand for a certain type of drive. Bold, brilliant, and depending on your view, maybe just a bit dangerous. And that brings us to something deeper. Napoleon isn't just a historical figure. He's a symbol of ambition, of the pursuit of greatness, and the cost that can come with it. He rose from a relatively obscure background to become Emperor of the French. That alone is staggering, but it's the arc of his life. The rise, the glory, the exile, the comeback, the final fall that captures us. It's Shakespearean, it's cinematic, it's human. We're drawn to stories like his, not just because they're dramatic, but because they hold up a mirror. They ask, what would you do with that kind of power? How far would you go to change the world? And what would you sacrifice along the way? So, why do we still talk about Napoleon today? Because he's more than a figure from the past. He represents timeless themes: power, ambition, identity, and downfall. He reminds us that greatness is never simple, that leaders are flawed, that even the most brilliant minds can be brought low by ego, by overreach, by the tides of history, and maybe, just maybe, we see a little bit of ourselves in that story, in the striving, in the imperfection, in the drama of trying to leave a mark on the world. What about you? Do you think Napoleon is still relevant today? Does his story still matter? Or is he just a relic of the past? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy thoughtful deep dives like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. And remember, history isn't just about what happened. It's about what it still means.